Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's so good to have you guys back. I would like to thank you so much for being patient with me. I know that I haven't been posting and I didn't say anything, but I would say I'm actually back for good. So I promise I'll be consistent and I will let you guys know if there is anything going on. So today we're not going to be discussing much, but we're going to get into what we talked about previously because I did get some questions. So for those that don't know, last time we talked about friends, but it was mostly how to get good friends, like how to focus on the things that you're looking for, how to stick with what you have said. If you're looking for somebody who knows God, then how do you stick to that, and how do you let the other ones go? So the questions that I got was, how do you know that this person is not good for you? Da-da-da. Your gut feeling. So what I would say is, how do they make you feel? So that's the first thing to know that you're with good friends or you're with bad friends, because you need to prioritize how you feel when you're around certain people. So if you regard somebody as your friend or a group, then you need to understand how you feel around them. Do they make you feel anxious? Do they make you feel judged? Do they understand you? Do they belittle you? You need to understand how you feel when you're around those people. That's the only way you can understand if they drain you or if they energize you. And if they're draining you, it's okay to let them go. Letting people go is one of the hardest things you could ever do, especially if you've made so much connections, or you've connected emotionally with them. It can be a hard thing to let them go, but it is the best decision you could ever make. If they're draining you, leave. If they're not making you feel good, so what's the point of having friendships if you're not feeling good, if you're feeling drained, you feel like, oh my god, they're calling me again. Do we really have to go? You don't. Let them go. So do they respect you? Do they respect your decisions, your opinions? I'm not saying they should support your stupid ideas, or their friends are actually draining. You actually have to keep on telling them, no, don't do that, don't chase that man, no, don't. I'm not talking of that, but I'm saying, do they respect you? Like when you make a decision, do they stand with you? There's simple decisions like, oh, I want to go get matcha, and then they're like, oh, I want to go get coffee, and they're like, oh, coffee is not a big deal, we can actually all get matcha. They're not prioritizing how you think your favorite things or anything. You need to read those little things, they're important. The other thing is patterns, not excuses. When you have friends, or when you have a friend, you need to be able to communicate your feelings. And if you communicate your feelings, do they understand you, or do they make excuses? And when they're making excuses, does it become a pattern? Like every time you're like, hey, look, this is how you made me feel the last time I mentioned this, and they're like, you always bring this up, like things like that. Or have you communicated your boundaries and they were ignored? You should set boundaries in friendships. No matter how close you are with somebody, there should be boundaries and they shouldn't be crossed. If you set a boundary, they should respect it. They're your friends. They should respect it. Simple. Am I stuttering? The other point was, it's about growth and values. So there's something that people confuses with. There are things called seasonal friends. You need to understand that. The other thing that people end up feeling lonely, or end up feeling like, why is it always me? Why do I always lose my friends? Why do I always Because you keep the wrong people. They're seasonal friends for a reason. And the moment you try to drag them out of the season that they've reached to another season that they're not supposed to be, it becomes draining, because now you are the only one pouring to the friendship. You are the only one who is giving, and they're not giving you back. And the moment, as a human being, we've got feelings. right? And then whenever you're giving, and you're not being given back, it drains you. It plays up with your emotions. It plays up with how you feel. And whenever something is playing up with your emotions, you become anxious. You become self-conscious in an extensive way. Like you don't know how to act. You don't love yourself anymore because you're questioning, why am I always doing that for my friends and then they don't do that for me? You are the problem. You are extending an expired lease. So obviously you're trespassing in that person's life. You've got to leave. That's the other thing. And then you should be able to understand with friendship that actually started at an early age. You should be able to understand, are you guys growing in the same lane? Are you guys still have the same values? You know, people grow and it's fine. It's actually totally fine. People grow, people start to like different things. You don't have to drag it for the sake of, oh, you know, when I was 2 years old, you know, we used to play hide and seek and all of that, you know, and letting somebody go doesn't mean you're enemies. It doesn't mean whenever you see them, you don't greet them, or whenever you see them, you don't talk to them. You just on a different level. And it's fine. You can be on the lower level, they can be on the higher level, or vice versa, whatever the situation is. And it's fine. You need to come to terms that people actually grow and they can leave or they can stay. They cannot accumulate you and you cannot accumulate them. It's, you know where you stand in people's lives. It's just that simple. The other thing is, am I shrinking? Am I people pleasing? Am I self-betraying for the sake of keeping a friendship? You have to self-evaluate all the time. It sounds like a lot of work, but it will save you a lot of drama, a lot of unnecessary things. You have to self-evaluate all the time. How am I not self-betraying when I'm hanging out with this person? Because nothing positive or productive comes out of this person's mouth. It's either we're out drinking, we're doing prostitution, or, sorry, I love the word prostitution, but I don't mean it like that. Or, you know, like, nothing good, you know. We can have fun, we can go to the club and, you know, do all other etc things, but at least we've got to do something productive, you know. But with this person, I'm always on the wrong side of morals. I'm always on the wrong side. I'm always feeling shit after. I'm always feeling, you know, gaggy, like, this friendship is killing me. That's the thing. You need to self-evaluate, and it's fine. It is fine. You have to grow up. You have to figure it out. You understand? You have to put yourself first. Nobody's gonna come out of the mountains, come to you and say, hey, I'm the savior that have come to teach you how to love yourself. So this is how it's gonna be. It's not gonna be like that. If it's either you take the step or you're gonna drown. If you're feeling shitty or if you're feeling somehow, you need to figure it out. You need it. If you don't have friends that love you, go there, find those that actually love you. If you know, if you don't feel good about your body, go to gym. Do something. Go on a diet or eat more. You've got to figure it out. It's your life after all. You know, you cannot put your life excuses into somebody else. You know, you cannot expect your friends to make you feel good. They can to some extent, but it's your responsibility. And if they're not making you feel good to some extent, if they're contributing to your, you know, you've got to let them go. And it's your responsibility. You've got the button. Press leave, press stay, press maybe no. It's you. It's actually you. Think about it. It's actually you. If you're in a relationship or friendship with somebody that you don't think there is a future with and you stay, I'm sorry to pop your bubble, you are at fault. 100%. There's no two ways about it. You are at fault. If you're not willing to make certain decisions in life because you're scared what tomorrow might look like, then, well, see you in the afterlife. See you in the afterlife. You cannot continue crying and blaming environment, climate, you know, people, gender. You know, you can't. You're going to run out of excuses. And with all of those excuses, how funny is it that you're excluding yourself? You're not even taking accountability and saying, hey, like, look, Tino, I've been friends with this person for years. And I've been saying one thing over and over again. Am I stupid or something? Or, hey, Tino, you're broken. You need to work on yourself. Why do you keep dragging people into your brokenness? You need to work on yourself. They're not going to work on you. You need to communicate with yourself. You need to. There's no exorcism that's going to be performed for you to start loving yourself. I'm sorry, but there is nothing, even a surgery, nothing. You've got to do the math. You've got to figure it out. You know, even mommy or daddy is not going to do anything. You've got to figure it out. It's just that simple. Either you start today or tomorrow, it's not going to change until you decide for it to change. So let's keep moving. So the other thing, when you're letting friends go, so somebody asks, is it necessary to communicate that, hey, I'm actually leaving, or, you know, just vanish? It depends on what kind of friendship you had. If you think the person you're friends with is mature enough to understand you leaving, then yeah, you can message them, not in a mean way, you know, but you can message them and say, hey babes, or hey man, like, you know, I value this friendship, but I haven't been myself lately and I want to leave. Like, I'm not telling you this because I want you to explain that you're sorry or you're going to change. It's actually me. I need to leave for myself. And thanks for the years of friendship, or thanks for the months, the days of friendship, and then you leave. If the person is toxic and you feel like they're gonna start dragging it and say you're so inconsiderate, how can you leave me after all I've done, and you know, just leave. It's not worth it. I know almost every human being needs closure, but sometimes it's not needed. Knowing that you're not needed and respected is enough closure to leave. Really, it's enough. You know, when you're not giving clarity in any form of relationship, it causes anxiety. Do you know how hard it is to live with anxiety? You start to self-doubt. You start to look down on yourself. You start to be paranoid. You start to be anxious every day, and you know, that's what anxiety can do. And for what? All of that for what, really? I don't know. You choose. So, and the other thing you need to understand when you leave friendship that have carried you for years, or you know, friendships that you feel like this is actually a good vibe friendship, you need to result in things that are actually helpful to make you grow. Things like journaling, things like going to the gym, things like figuring out what you would like to do in the future. You know, you might start in running, you might start swimming, you know, things that will occupy your mind. Because if you don't, you'll go back. I don't want to lie to you. I've been down the road before and I know how it feels. You go back, you start to feel lonely, you start to feel like, oh, maybe my life is actually not complete without them. Oh, maybe I need them. Maybe you don't. You don't need anybody, really. You need to actually feel complete yourself. That's the only way you can give. Friendship is about giving and getting. Like it or not. It's about giving or getting, whatever it is. Empathy, love, gifts, and everything is about giving and getting. If I'm giving, I'm going to get exhausted. If I'm receiving, I'm going to get selfish and greedy and all sorts of names. I can't keep calling them, but you know them. All right? So, please, my lovely audience, you need to have good friends. There is nothing as good as having a good community. People that are genuine, people that love you, people that understand you, respect you. Not people that tolerate you, not people that's like, oh, I want to be around Tina because she's fun. I want to be around Tina because she's got money, or, you know, you don't need those people. And it's your decision. I hope the next time we speak about friendship, you will be on a different slate. So that's all for today. I just wanted to clear this friendship episode for the meantime, you know, and get everything gone. I do understand how much you want me to talk about relationships. I will, but I wanted to clear the friendship thing and answer the questions that I actually got on friendships. So on our next video, which I hope will be on Thursday, I will talk about relationships. And after that, guys, after that, I don't know what other video I'm gonna do, because there is another one which was, it's a very sensitive video, and to the person that asked me to talk about it, I didn't ignore you. I didn't ignore you, my love. I did not ignore you, but I just need the right approach for the video, you know, because it's very sensitive. There are people that have endured it, there are people that are enduring it, and it's you know, it's a crisis. But yeah, so guys, thank you so much for today. Thank you for tolerating me. I really appreciate you guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you guys on my next video.